Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. This is Asad Yaqub, and in this video I'm going to tell you how to improve your vocabulary for IELTS listening. It's very important to improve your vocabulary in IELTS listening, because if you don't improve your vocabulary, it'll become difficult to, number one, read the questions on the question booklet. You will not be able to understand, and number two, to understand the audio, because in listening tests they actually expect you to understand the words which are commonly used in English. Before I go on, let me tell you, at the moment I'm here in Madian Valley. This is in Swat, Pakistan, okay? As far as your vocabulary is concerned, remember, for IELTS listening, the first thing is you need to know 3 to 4 types of vocabulary. Number one, you need to know the words which are commonly used as answers, and these words are sometimes name of places, sometimes they are adjectives, they are nouns, and most of these words are very common words, but some of them are uncommon as well. So there is a list of 1200 most commonly used words in IELTS listening. You need to get that list. There are only 4 pages. Print them out, and you need to learn days of the week, months of the year. Sometimes you are confused and you don't know the spelling of January. Okay, January, and you're thinking and all that, okay, although the words are very common. So there is a list of 1200 words, and these words are mostly used as answers, and they've been taken from Cambridge IELTS books 1 to 17. You need to learn the spelling of these words, because if your spelling is wrong, your answer is wrong. Number one. Number two, you need to learn everyday English phrases, especially IELTS listening part 1 is a dialogue where 2 people talk. Information flows from one end to another and all that. So for listening part 1, you need to actually learn everyday English phrases. What's up, Tom? How's life going? I would like to join this institution. What's the procedure? All right, so such type of thing, and I think you can get this type of information from any movies. Yeah, you can get this information from movies and all that stuff. Now, after that, as far as part 2 is concerned, in part 2 sometimes there is a commentary. So if you watch some commentaries about how things work, how to join any college, how to use metro system, there is an audio commentary. So in part 2 sometimes there is one person who is talking, and it can be about any museum, it can be about any city, it can be about any university and their plans and all that. So you should be able to understand a monologue instead of dialogue for part 2. As far as part 3 is concerned, mainly in part 3 there are 2 speakers, but there may be up to 3 speakers as well. One tutor, right? And then there are 2 students, Tom and Jenny, and Tom and Jenny are talking to the tutor, and then there are multiple choice questions in part 3. So for this thing, again, you need to learn English for educational purposes. How English language is spoken for educational purposes, what sort of conversations we have in our schools, colleges, universities, right, about the subject, about the course you are taking, about any activity like that, right? And if we move on to IELTS listening part 4 is always a lecture, where one person will deliver a lecture on any topic based on science, research, technology, and you have to listen to that lecture carefully, and there are some notes which you have to complete, because if you're planning to go to a foreign country for higher education, so most definitely you will attend your lessons in English. You cannot tell the tutor, hello George, Mari ji Punjabi. Okay, or your tutor's name is Julia. Hello Julia, a little Hindi or Urdu will make it better, huh? Now Julia and George, they do not understand your native language, right? If you're in Africa, so they do not understand your native language. That's why the purpose of part 4 is lecture. I think for part 4, the best thing is TED Talk. You can watch TED Talk, and that is very good for part 4. For part 1, you can watch some movies. For part 2, again, you can watch some movies, or you can listen to some educational talks. Part 3 is totally educational. Okay, and part 4, there is a lecture, so you can attend lectures on TED Talk, and these things will improve your listening altogether. All the best, guys. Thank you so much. I am in Madian Valley and the weather is awesome and I'm literally enjoying myself. I teach IELTS online all over the world and on campus here in Lahore. If you wish to be the part of my online or on campus IELTS classes, my WhatsApp number is given. You can contact me for that. Asad Yaqub truly wishes you all the best. Take care. Allah Hafiz.